you are feeling lost in your 20s. 27, so I probably have a good solid 3 years because I've definitely felt like burnt out before, and like it's not a great feeling. There's like a lot of things they don't teach you in school, like burnout. Um, you can get depression, which is not really a great state to be in, but you know, because I've gotten all those. And a lot of it has to do with something ending, like a project, a relationship, or a career, or a job. If you leave a job or project, you can feel sad even though you haven't been fired. And I think it's because of the change of routine, or like you're moving. I asked ChatGPT, ChatGPT is actually like not too bad to ask questions. And yeah, I do think you can have a lot of problems in life that they don't really teach you in school. And getting good grades doesn't mean you'll become successful because grades is it's a very specific system and they can really figure it out and it's much more easier, in my opinion, to get multiple A stars than it is to be a successful entrepreneur. Like being a successful entrepreneur is at least 1,000 times harder, in my opinion, or 100 times, depending on how good you were at school or your natural talents. Um, I do think I don't know about the lost thing. I think we can feel lost at times, but it doesn't mean that like there's something wrong with you. I think no one really has it figured out. Like in my opinion, even those who are 50s or 60s haven't figured it out. Like if you actually think about it, you only live so long, but like I think it's about finding something that you actually like to do. Because there are few things I figured out what I like to do right now. Um, Although I'm not extremely good at them, so it becomes hard to build a career around it because you actually have to be good at it to make a living off it. Uh, or if you have a natural talent in that area, um, like drawing or art or entrepreneurship, I think trying to do entrepreneurship is way more difficult than I imagined it to be. Like it just seemed cool, but it's actually not cool. Like I'm gonna call it cool. I'd say there's massive amounts of autonomy, but then you also have to be good at it, right? Like, well, you don't have to be good at it. You can try it and not be good at it, but then if you're not good at it, it becomes harder to make a living off it. So basically, you have one life, you're gonna die. What are we doing here? Like, we only have like what I got two more lifetimes till you're gone forever. And they don't really teach you this in school that you're gonna just fucking not exist. Obviously, we want to live happy lives, right? And do. I listen to a lot of this guy called Never. I think there's a lot of internet gurus, and even though I've consumed a lot of these guys, like Tony Robbins, Naval Ravikant. I listen to a lot. Tim Ferriss. I listen to a lot of um these dudes, and they're great, great and all. They probably made like millions of dollars and whatever, right? Like, and you can consume the content for free. Um, and yeah, I mean, you have one life. What are you gonna do? Like, I'm definitely not a motivational coach. I don't motivate people, but um, I I've been making content for 3 years now, and a lot of short form content. Lately, the views have sort of died down, so I'm trying to get into coding. Coding kind of feels like a skill that is kind of helpful, and I'm kind of introverted, so coding might be for me, but I don't know. I think it's about exploring your interests and find out what you actually like, what you're actually good at, what do you like doing. If you like doing it and you're good at it, then you found something, right? The problem is, there's a lot of things I might be good at, but there's not really a market need for it. I don't necessarily like it. I can enter draw, but I don't want to spend every waking second drawing. Um, I don't know this whole path of self-discovery and what's in it for you. I actually don't know because I think we're all trying to figure it out. I have not definitely not figured it out, but I think a lot of content creators are just good at editing videos and they're good at making the video, but the content itself I think a lot of content creators are just good entertainers. I don't know. I'm not being rude, but I kind of feel like I've watched a lot of them. There's only a few handful of guys on the internet, in my opinion, that's really helped me. But anyway, um, but yeah, I think I'm still experimenting. I don't know what the fuck is going on either. So all right, all right, all right. I've seen a lot of tweets. This fucking sunlight is kind of bright. I'm seeing a lot of tweets, and they're saying being yourself. I think being yourself does play out in the end. I think I'm not a dating coach or anything like that. I do think a lot of advice, even if you ask ChatGPT, like being yourself. I do think in a job or workplace, people are not necessarily their most authentic selves because they're trying to keep the job, they're trying to get promoted, they're trying to make money, they're trying to whatever, right? Like they're doing shit that doesn't really. I'm not going to talk about that because I'm not really it's not really exciting to talk about. But I do think outside of like your personal life, I think, or like content creation, like being yourself will play out. I'm not sure at the workplace. I never really figured out how to deal with that because I feel like you can't really be fully yourself in the workplace because there's elements that you might not want to show in a job, right? Um, but yeah, I mean, being yourself, I do think it plays out. I keep saying this, but I think it's true. I think you shouldn't try to be someone else. You should try to be you and figure out what makes you unique. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What's your natural talent? What do you actually like? What do you enjoy? Because what someone else might like and is good at might not be what you like and what you're good at. So you shouldn't try to imitate them. You should try to figure yourself out. I'm also going through this journey, so I wouldn't say I've completely figured out myself. Maybe there's some elements of myself where I'm a little bit delusional. Maybe I'm not as good at some things. Um, you know, maybe I'm not as talented at some things that maybe I'm trying to be something I'm not, right? Like it's possible, like because I tried this entrepreneurship thing, and to be honest, I don't think I have any talent in it. I just wanted to do it because I wanted the autonomy, and I thought it was cool at first, but then I don't think it's cool anymore. I think it's hard. I think it does. I think some people are talented in this area, and a lot of it is like building product, finding arbitrages, finding opportunities, seeing opportunities where other people might have missed it and not have noticed it, and just being early to trends, investing, right? Taking risk. Taking risk part is okay. The uncertainty part, the part where you almost have to spend every second of your life trying to build a business, that's the hard part. But like, maybe I just suck at it, but maybe I'm just not good at it. But I do think it's a skill that you can practice over time, so you can actually get better at it. But I think the earlier you start, the more aware you become of what it's like. Because the way to get better at business is actually trying to build a business. And even though I wouldn't say I'm massively good at it, I do think it's a skill that's worth practicing. Because why not? Right, you're gonna die anyway. So, and I do think there's a level of autonomy that comes along with it, where you're not being told what to do all the time. Um, yeah, I mean, it's hard. It's not something that's easy. I think I don't know if everyone should try it. I think everyone who's curious about it should attempt it on the side. I wouldn't say you should do it full time because it's not easy. Unless you're extremely talented at it, which I don't think most people are talented in this area. It's like saying how many people are good basketball players in the NBA. Like there's only a few. I do think yeah, it might be a natural talent, and I don't think it's really easy. But anyway, um, I'm still trying to figure it myself out. Maybe I should go get a job and just live the boring, live a boring life. But I don't know. But yeah, I think being yourself does play out in the end. I think people value authenticity and being genuine. People don't want like don't want people to hang out with people who are pretending, right? But I do think in corporate lifestyles, I do think like people can't really be fully themselves because you're forced to work with people that you don't necessarily want to talk to. And I do think, yeah, people are not necessarily the most genuine selves in that environment. I'm not going to talk about it anymore because it's not really that exciting to talk about. Um, but I do think, yeah, I do think being yourself is nice, right? Like you don't have to pretend. You figure yourself out, and apparently you get rid of the people who weren't really into you and just be you, be you. Like you are unique. You are the niche. You're unique. There's no one like you on the planet. Fuck it, just be you.